Good afternoon, everyone. Today I am bleeding the brakes out on my motorcycle. It's a really easy project to do, but it's one of my least favorite things to do, so let's get started on this. So I am doing my best to protect all painted surfaces. I took a blue shop towel, just put a slice in there, kind of taped it on there, just trying to help secure it a little bit, just in case I bump it and there's a problem. So this system is recommended .4 brake fluid, and that's what I have. I picked up at the local parts store. It's only like about $7, something like that. And I see brake fluid around the edge. I'm going to clean that up as best as possible. Don't want it to work its way down. Now I'm going to be leaving this cap off, and I'm just going to be squeezing the handle gently as I'm going. So that's spongy. So I like taping the wrench at the bottom of the hose to help it keep it in the pan so it doesn't create any problems as I'm moving things around and happen to bump it. So I'm just going to pop the dust cap off. So I'm just using a 3/8 inch wrench. I like to put the hose through the wrench first so I can get this down in there on the bleeder farthest that I can. And before I pull the lever, I want to make sure I can crack this loose easily, which I can. And if you're lucky like myself, I can reach the brake lever and the bleeder at the same time. So I'm going to pump it up slowly and then crack the bleeder. Close the bleeder and do it again. And I keep watching the reservoir, make sure I don't empty it out and pull air into the system, which I have done that before. And it gets very annoying when you do that after you got everything all bled off. There is some brake fluid being absorbed in this towel. And that should be completely flushed and bled on that side, which is the furthest away from the master cylinder. I want to clean everything up and move over to the other side. This one's a lot easier just because it's right next to the handle now. And again, I'll make sure I can crack it loose. Yep, nice and easy. Start. As you see, right over. Just need a couple more cracks there. Oh, it is pretty tight. And that should be it. I'm just going to top off the reservoir to the top of these lips, I guess you call them, or ledges. Clean off the edges as best as I can. Put the cap back on. Just want to snug these screws down. You don't want to over tighten them. Okay, and then clean up the rest of it. Before I wipe this down, I am going to wipe. I went and rinsed off my towel, washed it off, and I'm going to wipe down my paint just to make sure there's nothing there, because I don't want to repaint this fender. Okay, since this one's going to be a little bit tougher to get to, I'm just going to stuff some rags around this one. Do the best I can to keep everything clean again. And that one looks pretty milky. This little sounds too far now. And the brake fluid coming out of here, I don't know if you could tell or not, has cleared up. It's not that dark color. So I'm just going to give it a couple more pumps. And fill it back up again. There is a ledge right on there, or a line on there where to fill it up. I'm just doing the same thing on this bottom reservoir as I did on the top reservoir. I'm just going to clean everything up around the edge the best I can. So when I put the cap back on, I can just make sure I can read the warning label and try to be as careful as I can with this. And just snug it up, do not over tighten. And I seen a little bit of brake fluid squeezing out here. So I'm going to wipe this all off. All the way around best I can. Damp towel. Solid brake pedal. So this project is done. It doesn't take me very long to do it, half hour, 45 minutes, something like that, chasing cameras. It's simple, easy to do, but the part I don't like about it is you got to be so careful not to get any brake fluid on any of the painted surfaces, because the brake fluid will take the paint off, and I just don't like it. It's done though, so I don't have to worry about it for the next 2 years. It's nice to have two people when you're doing the left caliper, unless you got long arms like myself and I could reach. Barely, but I was able to reach. Back brakes, always a breeze, nothing to them. And if you happen to run that reservoir dry and put air into the system, you got to start over. So any comments or suggestions down below would be greatly appreciated. Hope everybody enjoyed today's video. Everybody have a good evening. We'll see you on the next one.